Hello, everyone, and welcome to Everyday Chinese English Academy. I'm Ming.
And I'm Emma. Today I have a story about a bicycle that defeated me without moving 1 centimeter.
That sounds like a very efficient bicycle.
It was standing beside 19 other bicycles. It looked ready. The tires looked fine, the seat was straight. My phone said everything was working. Then I scanned the code, waited, and heard one small beep.
Did the lock open?
No. The beep sounded like the bicycle was saying, "I have considered your request and rejected it."
Very formal.
I tried again. Another beep, no movement. I had 12 minutes to meet a friend. Walking would take 25. The map was blue, the bicycle was yellow, and my face was becoming red.
So today we are taking one short city trip from the first scan to the final parking space.
We will meet a broken lock, a working bike, a confusing parking map, and the special fear that the rental clock is still running after you walk away.
We will also learn 6 useful expressions that belong naturally inside this trip.
And we should be clear, bike systems differ by city, company, and neighborhood. Some cities use fixed stations, some use painted parking areas, some have no shared bikes at all.
This is one everyday story, not one rule for every place or every person.
Good. Now please imagine me on a sidewalk, staring at a bicycle as if strong eye contact could open a lock. I was meeting my friend Nora at a small noodle shop across town. We had chosen a place near a metro station, but I left the wrong station exit.
A classic city problem. The station name is correct, but the exit changes your entire afternoon.
Exactly. I came above ground and discovered that the restaurant was still 2 kilometers away. The road was busy, a taxi would have to turn around, and the map showed a neat bicycle symbol beside me.
An attractive solution.
There were about 20 shared bicycles along the curb. I thought, perfect, I have 20 choices.
Did you inspect the first one?
I looked at it for half a second, decided it had 2 wheels, opened the app, and scanned the code.
Then came the beep.
Beep. Nothing. I pulled the bicycle backward, still locked. I scanned again, because repeating the same action is apparently my emergency strategy.
Many people share that strategy.
The second attempt failed too. Now I had 10 minutes. I checked the number on the bike against the number in the app. They matched. I turned Bluetooth off and on. I moved the phone closer to the lock.
Did any of that help?
No. A man walked past, chose another bicycle, scanned once, and rode away in 7 seconds. He did not look proud, but I felt judged by his efficiency.
The important clue was not that you were using the app incorrectly. Another bike worked on the same street at the same time.
Right. The problem might belong to that bicycle, not to me or the whole system.
And 20 bicycles beside you did not mean 20 usable bicycles. A shared system gives you options, but each physical object still has a real condition.
So I finally stopped arguing with bicycle number 1 and moved to bicycle number 2.
The first expression is 共享单车, shared bike.
共享单车, shared bike.
共享 means share. 单车 means bicycle. A 共享单车 is usually operated by a company or public system and used by many people for short trips.
So shared does not mean 20 neighbors bought one bicycle together and wrote their names on it.
Correct. You normally find an available bike, use an app or card, take a trip, pay according to the system, and leave the bike in an allowed place.
It fills a very specific gap. 2 kilometers is annoying to walk when you are late, but too short to feel like a comfortable taxi ride.
People sometimes call that the last mile problem, the distance between a transit stop and the exact place you need to reach.
A shared bike can turn that last mile into a few minutes.
It can, when the bike is available, safe, and properly parked. That last part matters. The convenience comes from a network, not just one bicycle.
The network includes the app, payment, location data, locks, maintenance workers, city rules, and all the people who use the bikes before me.
Exactly. When it works, the experience feels almost invisible. You see a bike, tap a phone, and leave. But invisible does not mean simple.
Different systems create different habits. Some use fixed stations. Others allow bikes in approved areas shown by a map or painted lines, which means checking the local instructions is part of the trip, especially when you are visiting.
Yes, Do not assume the system works exactly like the one in your own city.
I had used this one before, so I knew how to find and pay for a bike. My first problem was much more basic. The bicycle would not let me begin.
Our second word is jiesuo, to unlock.
jiesuo, jiesuo.
Suo is a lock. Jiesuo means to remove the locked state. On a shared bike, you scan the code or tap a button so the system can jiesuo the bicycle.
My phone acted as if that process had started, but the physical lock stayed closed.
That difference is important. A message on a screen is not the same as a real wheel that can move.
When I reached bicycle number 2, I slowed down. First, I checked the tires. Then I squeezed both brake levers. I looked at the pedals and adjusted the seat.
Much better than the tourist inspection.
Then I scanned the code I already knew from daily life. The app showed the bike number. I confirmed it. There was a short pause.
And?
Click. A real metal click. I pulled the bike back, and the rear wheel moved.
Successful jiesuo.
I have never felt so much joy about a small piece of metal changing position.
A good habit is to verify both sides. Check that the app says the trip began, and check that the lock physically opened.
Why both?
Imagine the bike opens, but the app does not show an active trip, or the app starts charging, but the lock stays closed. Either mismatch deserves attention before you ride away.
So I should not pull the bike into traffic while still staring at a loading circle.
Definitely not. Stand safely, confirm the state, and only then begin.
I also noticed a small timer appear. It showed 0 minutes and started counting.
That timer is useful evidence. It tells you the rental is active.
It also creates pressure. The moment the numbers start moving, every red light feels expensive.
Usually, the cost of a short pause is small. Safety is worth more than saving a few seconds.
Good reminder. I put my phone away, looked behind me, and prepared to ride. Before I left, the app asked why I had stopped trying the first bicycle. One option said guzhang.
Guzhang means a malfunction, fault, or something being out of order.
Guzhang.
A lot can have a guzhang. A brake can have a guzhang. A payment machine or elevator can also have a guzhang.
It is useful because it describes a problem without giving the object a personality.
Yes, the bicycle was not rude. It was not personally refusing you. Something in the chain did not work.
Maybe the lock battery was low. Maybe the lock was stuck. Maybe the bike had already been marked for repair.
Or communication between the phone, server, and lock failed. We do not need to diagnose the exact cause on the sidewalk.
That would be me opening a repair shop while Nora waited for noodles.
The practical response is simpler. Stop repeated attempts, report the problem accurately, and choose another safe bike.
The app let me mark lock did not open. I selected it and submitted the report.
That small report can help the operator remove the bicycle from the available map and send maintenance.
It also protects the next person from having the same argument.
Shared systems improve when people report real problems, but reports should be honest. I dislike this seat color is not a guzhang.
What should we check before riding?
At minimum, look at the tires, brakes, wheels, pedals, seat, and visible frame. If anything feels unsafe, do not ride. Use the report function and take another bike.
Even when you are late?
Especially when you are late. Time pressure makes people accept risks they would normally reject.
Bicycle number 2 passed my short check. Both brakes responded, the tires felt firm. Nothing looked loose.
Then the first failure had already taught you something useful.
Yes, it took 2 minutes, but it made the next 10 minutes safer.
The fourth word is qixing, qixing, cycling or traveling by riding a bicycle.
qixing, qixing.
Qi means to ride. Xing relates to moving or traveling. An app may call your bicycle trip a qixing.
My qixing began beside a convenience store and immediately met a red light.
The city's way of teaching patience.
I stopped behind the line. A delivery rider waited to my left, a parent with a child waited to my right. For 30 seconds, 4 different trips shared one small piece of road.
That is an important part of city cycling. You are not moving through empty space.
When the light changed, I followed the bike lane under a row of trees. The air moved. Shops passed slowly enough for me to notice them. Fruit, phone repair, flowers, then a tiny bakery.
A bicycle changes the scale of a city. Walking can feel slow and a car can hide details behind glass. A bike sits somewhere between them.
I could cover distance but still smell the bread.
That may be the best transportation review I have heard.
I was tempted to ride faster because the timer was running. Then a person stepped toward the bike lane while looking at a phone.
What did you do?
I slowed down and rang the bell once, early, not directly beside them. They looked up, paused, and I passed with space.
Good. Speed is only one measure of a successful qixing. predictability and attention matter more.
Riders should follow local traffic rules, use the correct lane where available, watch intersections, and give people walking enough room.
Helmet rules and bike access also differ by place, so learn the local rules and never hold a phone while riding.
If you need the map, stop somewhere safe first.
Exactly.
The last part of my route followed a quiet side street. I could see the noodle shop sign. I had 3 minutes left.
Victory was close.
I thought so too. Then I tried to end the trip. I placed the bike beside 3 similar bikes, closed the lock, and tapped the button to finish. The app showed a red message. Please park at a designated point.
Our 5th expression is tingche dian, a parking point or designated place to park.
停车店,停车店.
Tingche means park a vehicle. Dian means point or spot. For shared bikes, a tingche dian can be shown by painted lines, signs, a fixed station, or a digital area on the map.
I looked down. The 3 bicycles beside me suddenly felt like bad witnesses. They were parked there, but the app said I should not be.
Another parked bike is not always proof that a location is allowed.
I opened the map. A small parking symbol appeared around the corner, about 80 meters away.
Not far, unless you are racing a noodle appointment.
I reopened the lock and pushed the bike there. The painted parking box was real, but it was crowded. Several bikes stood neatly. 2 lay across the edge. 1 blocked part of the sidewalk ramp.
That is where personal convenience becomes public space.
A shared bike should not block a doorway, a narrow path, a bus stop, a ramp, or the textured path used by people with visual disabilities.
Our final expression is huanche, to return a vehicle or finish using a rented bike.
还车,还车.
Huan means return. Che means vehicle. With a shared bike, huanche often means parking correctly, closing the lock, and confirming that the trip ended in the app.
I used to think closing the lock was the whole process.
It is the physical part, but you still need confirmation from the system.
I placed the bike straight, lowered the kickstand, and closed the lock. Click. Then I began walking toward the restaurant.
Did you check the app?
After 5 steps, a terrible thought arrived. What if the timer is still running?
The shared bike version of wondering whether you locked your front door.
I turned around. The bike was locked, but the app still showed an active trip. 12 minutes, then 13.
What did you do?
I stayed beside the bike, refreshed once, and checked the bike number. Then a message appeared, return in progress. A few seconds later, it changed to trip complete.
Successful huanche.
The app showed the duration and cost. I took a quick screenshot because I wanted a record, then checked that the bike was stable and not blocking anyone.
That is a good end-of-trip routine. Park safely, close the lock, wait for confirmation, and keep evidence if something looks wrong.
What if the app continues charging?
Use the in-app help channel as soon as it is safe. Record the bike number, location, time, and a photo if the system requests one. Clear information makes support easier.
Do not simply walk away and hope the timer becomes tired.
Timers have excellent stamina.
My final rental lasted 13 minutes. The walk from the parking point to the restaurant took 1 minute. I opened the door 2 minutes late.
Was Nora upset?
She had gone to the wrong restaurant entrance and arrived 30 seconds after me.
So you both apologized to an empty chair.
Exactly. Then we ordered noodles, and my bicycle adventure became much funnier.
Let's follow the whole trip one more time.
I found a gongxiang danche, a shared bike, because walking would take too long.
The first bike would not jiesuo, unlock.
I stopped repeating the same attempt and reported a guzhang, a malfunction.
After checking a second bike, you began your qixing, your bicycle ride.
Near the restaurant, I moved the bike to a proper tingche dian, a designated parking point.
Then you closed the lock and waited for the app to confirm huanche, the end of the rental.
6 expressions inside one 13-minute trip.
And the trip shows why shared transportation can feel both magical and ordinary.
One tap gives you access to a useful object that was waiting in public space, but the convenience depends on many small agreements. The operator maintains the bike. The city manages space. Software connects the payment and lock. Riders check the vehicle, follow the rules, report problems, and park with care.
When one part fails, the system becomes visible.
Like a bicycle that refuses to open when you have 12 minutes left.
But a small failure does not mean the whole idea failed. You checked the evidence, changed bicycles, and continued safely.
That may be the most useful lesson for any city system. Do not panic, do not fight the object, and do not let the timer make safety decisions for you.
Also remember that local systems differ. Read the app, respect signs, and notice the people sharing the street with you.
If you use shared bikes where you live, tell us what the easiest and strangest parts are. Do you use fixed stations, painted parking zones, or something else?
Thank you for spending this city ride with Everyday Chinese English Academy. I'm Ming.
And I'm Emma. Ride carefully, check that final screen, and we'll see you around.